Guys, welcome to part 5 of our kinematics practice series. Here we go, almost done. Position versus time graphs. The slope of a position versus time graph is velocity. Remember, you solve these problems in advance and you show me in class, you get an extra bonus point. That's up to 6 bonus points for each part. So here we go, we're going to do all the odd numbered ones. Determine the speed and velocity from B to C. So I'll come up here to the graph and I see B and C, and I'll put coordinates down to make it easier. So coordinates are x and y, x comma y. So for my x value, I have time in seconds, in this case 2 seconds, comma of velocity or position of 15 meters. So this would be x1, comma y1. For C, I have 4 seconds, comma 0 meters. This would be x2, comma y2. So to get velocity for 29, it's y2 velocity is the slope. So that's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 from B to C. y2 at C is 0. 0 minus y1 is 15 divided by x2 for C is 4, minus x1 is 2. So that's negative 15 divided by 2. And that's the velocity, so negative 15 divided by 2, you can simplify, which would be 7.5, or leave it like this. The units are meters per second. So that's for velocity. What would be the speed? You take the absolute value. The speed is just the distance. So the speed will always be a positive answer. So it's just 7.5 or 15 over 2 meters per second. Velocity, speed. Number 31, determine the speed and velocity from D to E. From D to E. So I'll have to estimate. I think this is about halfway through. So for D here, I have 5.5, comma, my position is 0, so I'm back at home. E, I have 6 seconds, comma, this is around, I'd estimate 16 for E. So same thing, now this is my new x1, comma, y1. This is my new x2, comma, y2. So from D to E, I will have the velocity equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Same thing as before. My y2 in this case is 16. And my y1 is 0, minus 0. Divided by x2 is 6 minus 5.5 for x1. 6 minus 5.5. y2 minus y1. Oh, I'm sorry, this is negative 16. I was just not paying attention. This is negative 16. Negative 16. Apologies. So negative 16 divided by 0.5. That is equal to negative 32 meters per second. So that's the velocity from D to E. The speed is just, you make it positive. Okay. Alright, skipping 32, going to 33, determine the speed and velocity from F to G. Same thing as before. Now we're at 8 seconds, comma, negative 16. So sorry about this. Be careful with your signs. And now we're at a time of 9 seconds, comma, 0 meters. So same thing, the velocity for 33 is y2, which is 0, minus y1 and negative 16, divided by x2, which is 9, minus x1 is 8. So this is 16 over 1. 16 meters per second is the velocity, which is also the speed. 35. At what points does the direction change? So where is it changing direction? Well, let's look and see. Here we're at a positive 10 meters, and now we're going back from 10 meters, and we're starting to go in the negative direction. We're going 10, 9, 8, 7, back to 0. So I would say B is one of those places where the direction starts to change. So it's continuing negative direction, it stays still, keeps going in the negative direction, stays still, and then at F, it goes from negative 16 meters back to 0, up to 14 meters. So then again at F is where it changes from the negative direction to the positive direction. So B and F. Okay, that's it, and you'll do the rest. Sorry that this should not be 28. This is 37. So let's do this. Okay, what does it mean when the velocity is negative? It means the object is traveling in the negative direction at some speed. So that's what it means. Alright, now we're done. Sorry again about this typo. This should be 37. I hope you found this video helpful. If you've solved these in advance and you show me in class, you'll get an extra bonus point. Meet me for part 6.